Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to Providence Road Baptist Church on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. If you would, stand and grab your hymn books and turn to page 354. And real quick, while you're doing that, when service is over tonight, if we can get a couple good, strong fellers, we're going to take this stuff down and start getting ready for Bible school. And we're also having a light bulb changing party, and we'll need a couple fellas to help us wrestle that monster ladder in and out of here. If a couple of you can hang around after service, we appreciate it. What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting arms. Secure from all alarms, leaning on the everlasting arms. Oh, how sweet to walk in this pilgrim way, leaning on the everlasting arms. Oh, how bright the path grows from day to day, leaning on the everlasting arms, leaning, safe and secure from all alarms, leaning on the everlasting arms. What have I to dread? What have I to fear? Leaning on the everlasting arms, I have blessed peace with my Lord so near. Leaning on the everlasting arms, leaning, safe and secure from all alarms, leaning on the everlasting arms. Thank you. You can be seated.
Thank you, Brother Brian. Well, thank you for coming back tonight. We're so glad that you were in our service tonight. And just going to go over a few announcements. We usually start off in prayer, but we're going to end in prayer tonight, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to give you a handout at the end, and we'll do that at the end. We usually start off in prayer, but it's a moment of prayer, but we're going to do that at the very end, and I'll explain that in just a few moments. Just in way of announcements, just want to clarify, Father's Day is coming up, 10:30, no Sunday school, and it's not donuts for Dad, it's donuts with Dad. Does everybody understand what that means? That means all of us are going to be eating donuts together, and I hope y'all enjoy it, all right? So that means everybody's included in that. I think we're going to have a fun time with that. I'm really looking forward to that. The outreach event that we were going to do tomorrow night, thank you so much for passing out flyers. We are going to cancel tomorrow night. Me and my son are going to go do one neighborhood, and that should finish off all the flyers. And so if I have a bunch of people coming here tomorrow night, it would take about 3 minutes for you to do your job. And so him and I will go out, and we're going to go hit a couple neighborhoods, and it should be finished up. I want to thank you. There's still some in the back, so if you want to grab some tonight, that's totally fine, and that would be very helpful. But that's a blessing. We had 1,000 of those, and you guys have been working hard getting them out. And so we need to be praying for VBS. Starts Sunday night. And we got a lot of stuff that's coming up with that. If you have any kayaks for decor, please see Miss Andrea or Miss Toy. Don't forget to register at the Welcome Center. And then we have Revival Sunday coming up this Sunday with the Scott Matthews family. Amen. And looking forward to having them back. And we'll have our pastor back. Amen. Everybody can say amen on that, especially me. All right. So... But we're going to do that. We'll pray at the end, but we'll go over that in just a few moments. I'm going to have Brother Brian come and sing another song. And then the men that are going to be speaking tonight, I need you on the front row when we do fellowship.
All right. If everybody will stand once again and turn to page 297. And on the last verse, y'all take time to fellowship. I love to tell the story of unseen things above, of Jesus and His glory, of Jesus and His love. I love to tell the story because I know 'tis true. It satisfies my longings as nothing else can do. I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my theme in glory to tell the old story of Jesus and His love. I love to tell the story. 'Tis pleasant to repeat, which seems each time I tell it more wonderfully sweet. I love to tell the story, for some have never heard the message of salvation from God's own holy word. I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my theme in glory to tell the old story of Jesus and His love. I love to tell the story for those who know it best, seem hungering and thirsting to hear it like the rest. And when in scenes of glory I sing the new song, 'twill be the old story that I have loved so long. I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my theme in glory to tell the old story of Jesus and His love.
All right, everybody, it's so good to see people fellowshipping with each other. And appreciate you being here tonight. We're going to start off tonight. Been putting a bunch of pictures together and some videos. And Usually on a Wednesday night, we'll do a missions emphasis. Brother Perry has done such a good job throughout the years, way before I ever got here, of presenting a missionary. But we got a special guest that's going to give us a video tonight. Brother Jamie, obviously you probably figured that one out. And so Brother Jamie's going to start off the video, and then as we go through the video, I don't have a clicker, and so I'm just going to kind of tell you what it is, and we'll play that one by ear after he's done. It's a short video, and so brother, whenever you're ready.
Hello, church family. Missing you guys. We're here in Craig, Colorado at Victory and Grace Baptist Church. Just wanted to say hello and invite you in to see what God's been doing. Hey, come on in. Let's look at the church. Look at what God is doing here in Craig, Colorado. What a blessing, what a blessing. God's been so good, and thank you for all that you've done to help us. This here's our portable baptistry. Some of the guys that were just visiting with us helped us set this up, and God's been using it. What a blessing, what a blessing. Hey, I just want to thank God for the work that the guys did to come out. Thank you so much, church family, for sending men out to help. And look, they took the cabinetry off the wall. So yeah, it looks bad, but there's always work to do on the mission field in America. And they took all the stuff off of the ceiling. And what a blessing. It looks so much better. Thank God for men and women that will come and work and serve Him. Church family, you'll never know how much I appreciate all you do and how real you've made God be in my life. Thank you for all that you do. God bless you.
He told me the audio wasn't that great. Sorry about that. You all right, brother? Yeah, go to the next. There you go. All right. I wanted to mention just a few things as we're going through this. This is literally on the main strip of Craig. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better billboard than having a sign, a church, literally. When I was getting ready to preach Wednesday night, I counted 15 people that literally walked the sidewalk in front of the church before I even started preaching. There's people that walk through here all the time. You can go to the next one, brother. It should show a couple pictures of it. The lights on the outside, Brother Mike got those going again, the floodlights. He can probably talk a little bit more about that. Keep clicking. All right. Actually, we were outside in the back. I got to tell you this. Me and Brother Mike, we were taking a break. We did every 5 minutes. I'm going to hear it, so I might as well just get it out of the way. So, and we're standing in the back, and all of a sudden, down the sidewalk, here comes a deer just walking right down the sidewalk like it was a normal pedestrian. So keep going to the next one, brother. Go again. All right, so this is the fellowship hall, and what you're seeing right here, this is at the very beginning. Brother Perry was brave enough to get up there with Brother Aaron. Brother Aaron was voluntold to get up there. And I found out at the end that he had a bad back, so sorry about that, brother. Brother Perry, the monkey, is up on the top, and you'll see in a minute. These guys got up there, braved it out. So you have, what is that? Is it the stainless steel conduit? What is that? Is that what it is? Galvanized. That thing is massive. It's like this thick. And then you have two massive pipes that are running through there, and it just looked horrible inside there. Go to the next one, brother. So there's going to be a couple pictures of what they're doing. That stuff is extremely heavy, and so keep going, Brother Garrett. And they went all the way around, taking all that off piece by piece. It took a while because you had to take the scaffolding down, put it back up because there was lights that are in the way. Keep going, Brother Garrett. And yeah, there's our monkey. Keep going. This is the guy that worked the hardest. He held everything together. He was holding us up and making sure we were supported. Yeah, give him a hand. I told you I'd get you. And so he just kind of just stood there and made sure nobody fell. And he said he'd get out of the way if they did. So All right, let's go to the next flyer. And keep going. And we were also taking stuff off the wall. I know you can't really see it, but there was wires that ran all the way down the side of the wall, and they were just dead wires. And so we were thankful that they were dead, unless Mike was going to play a joke on us and keep them live while we were pulling them away. I was a little nervous. But anyways, you can keep going. We pulled those all out. Keep going, another one. I think there should be one more. Aaron the Superman. I think that went back to the first. Keep going. You guys don't realize that's way up there, just so you know. The pictures do no justice to how high he was up in the air. And so, all right, go to the next one. Next. See, this is now, go back one, Garrett, I'm sorry. This is without. Now it looks real beautiful. They got a beautiful ceiling and all that. You can go to the next one. And that's supposed to be there. That's the heating and the air conditioning. All of it looks so different. Even the people, when they were coming in, they were like, what in the world just happened? You don't realize how bad something looks until it's removed. And so go ahead, Brother Garrett.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a video, sorry. All right, so right here, along where Brother Aaron's standing in the blue and Brother Kenny's back there resting, right along that whole wall right there is nothing but cabinets. And they were ugly. They were just, and those things were put together by, I don't know what, I mean, like 50,000 nails. It was crazy. So we had to move everything out of the way. We had to pull everything apart on those sides. You can keep going, Brother Garrett. I think that's a beautiful picture. Amen. All right, go to the next one. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to. There's electric running all the way down the wall, and they were able to help get that out. And Brother Perry loved cutting things up. It was really good. And he had a wonderful time cutting cords as he was using the same saw the cord cut. But anyways, the cord got cut with. But anyways, keep going to the next one. Keep rolling. As we're pulling stuff away, we're finding stuff behind it. And like stuff that if you hit it, you're going to get electrocuted. So as they didn't know what was behind it because there was a false wall behind it. So there's a whole heating system on the backside of that. Keep going, Brother Garrett. Kenny supervising again. He's doing such a good job. So keep going. It got messy really quick. Keep going, brother. Man. Keep going. I'll stop, Brother Kenny. I knew it was coming. This is after everything's down. It looks so nice. If you look at the wire on the floor, there was a bundle of wire. I mean, literally about this thick. They took over a bank. So they had all kinds of data wire and everything, and that stuff weighed a whole bunch. And we had to pull all that out and cut it all. I mean, you get nervous every time you're cutting wire because you don't know if it's attached to something we don't know about, you know? And so go ahead and go to the next one. Next one. Go ahead, guys. There it is. I know how to vacuum. My wife taught me well. All right, so anyways, go to the next one. So this starts Mike's. Mike's can probably give a little bit better description of this in just a second. He can talk about it. There's a lot of power running into this building. Was it three-phase? Is that correct?
They shut off the three-phase.
They shut off the three-phase? So he's dealing with a lot of stuff that could kill you, just literally. I'm not joking with that. How long was your list? It was a page, wasn't it? Yeah, he had a full page of list of things to do that would probably take average, a couple weeks to get done. He did it all in about 24 to 48 hours. He was knocking it out. I was so proud of him. He got a lot of it done. You can go to the next one. That's one power box. Here's the other sets. They got a whole nother area of power boxes. Keep going. And that's him working on everything. Nothing you want to stick your hand in if you want to live. So he did a lot of work. There was lighting that was up in the front that had not worked since he had been in the building. Brother Mike was able to get all that lighting to turn on and everything else. I'll let Mike talk about that in a minute. I know nothing about electric except to stay away from it. All right. I I want to say this, and I'm going to tell on Brother Jamie. Brother Jamie has hurt his foot really bad. He had some MRIs done on it, and he wasn't able to do a lot of stuff. And it was such a blessing for you all to allow us to go and help him. And he was able to point out things that he needed done. And we didn't really want him doing anything. We wanted him just to relax and know that we're trying to take care of him as Providence Road Baptist Church. And when you think about it, we're coming in your name. We're coming on your behalf because not everybody could come. And so because of what you've done in giving and what you've done in prayer, we're able to accomplish a lot. And it's just amazing how all of us are working together, unified, trying to help a church planter in an area that's it's wide open for the gospel. It's the only Baptist church in town, if I'm not mistaken. And so keep going. This is the mobile baptistry. This thing was pretty neat. It took a while to put it together. It's only supposed to take 20 minutes. I don't know how. Not with us. Keep going. And so, of course, Perry jumps in the middle of everything. I have found that out. He's quiet, but he's like in it. He's the hard worker going through all that. Go ahead. There's Brother Kenny supervising it. But anyways, Brother Jamie enjoyed himself. We should have put some water in there so he could get a bubble bath or something, Keep going. They do have one supposed to be getting baptized either this Sunday or next Sunday, which is a blessing. That's when it's done. Keep going. This is just the auditorium there. They have a lot of work. You see where the exit sign is and the door going out. If you go past there's some Sunday school rooms in there. But if you go to the right where you see, if you see the big brick wall, I don't have a pointer, but in the far corner there, that is a safe. That door is about this thick. And it is huge. And he had me open it, and I was starting to open it, and I was like, wait a second, this thing is really heavy. But when you go behind that entire thing, and so just to kind of give you an idea how many people could sit in this auditorium. And then he had some computer issues. We were able to help him get that taken care of. We were able to spend some time with that and get his website going again, which that was a blessing because he had some issues on the website. And so that was good too. You can go to the next one. Now, one of the other things we got to do is we got to stock his fridge. Now, you guys said, no, you did. You went to go have fun. Oh, we did. And I can tell you right now, out of all the time that we spent with Brother Jamie, this was the most important. And you think, oh, no, you're going to play. You're going to have fun. No, we put trout in his fridge, and we who cleaned it? Did you clean it? You did? Oh, okay. I didn't clean it, but anyways, they cleaned it and stuff. We were able to stock his fridge with fish and stuff like that. But I just want you to know, sometimes, and coming from a church planter situation that I was in for over 12 years, it's lonely. It's extremely lonely. When you don't have other churches, you look at where we're at right now, you can fellowship with churches around us within a 5-mile radius, probably several churches. You're looking miles before you even have a church that's close to you that you can actually fellowship with that's like-minded. And so going out here with Brother Jamie, it was awesome. It really was, just enjoying some time with him. You can go ahead and start going through the pictures. I think the first one is a video of the master fisherman. Yeah, there he is. We were there 30 minutes, and he caught his limit. Kenny tore it up. And it was just constantly, you can keep going through. Everybody caught one except somebody. But anyway, there's Kenny catching another one. He got done. He was like, you guys want my spot? And then we started catching out of his spot. It was weird. The beautiful lake, everything's there. And Kenny's like, you all want my spot? And we're all using the same bait within like 20 yards of each other. So you can go to the next one. Show off. I'm just kidding. I love giving him a hard time. I caught one, believe it or not. So go to the next one. Brother Aaron caught one. Next. Brother Perry caught one. You guys can figure out who did not catch one. Go to the next one. This is us at Brother Jamie's house. They cooked us a meal that first night. It was wonderful, just spending time in fellowship with them. And then somebody got the idea that they have a hill straight out the back door. And once you get up to the top of that hill, and I'm telling you, it's like an incline. Brother Perry, I'm at like 100-meter dash, runs up the top of the hill. He gets to the top. He goes, I did not want to do that. And I mean, you got to realize how much elevation you have and all that. The rest of the week, all he talked about was, I'll never do that again. We all got to the top. It was absolutely beautiful on the other side. There's wildlife and everything. But we just had a good time of fellowship with them. You can go to the next one. I took some pictures of traveling. This is on the way up there. So some of us flew in and then drove back. You guys already know that. This is Wild Bill Cody's grave. You can go to the next one. And that's the Pony Express. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, the Pony Express thing. They stopped along the way. And let's go to the next one. This was outside of our hotel. There's a lot of sheep in Craig. That's one of the livestock. There's a ton of it there. And so that was outside of our hotel. Literally, you have the driveway, and there's the sheep, literally right there. And so you can go to the next one. These little rugrats, they're everywhere. And so I forgot what they were. Prairie dogs. Sorry, I went blank. I don't know why. But there's a bunch of prairie dogs everywhere. We had to take a picture of it. All right, go to the next. Should have took a picture of deer. I don't know what that is, brother. You took a picture of it. Is it a bat? Okay, where was it at?
That was in your home state.
Oklahoma.
No, your next home.
That's Missouri. That's Missouri. Missouri. My home state is Oklahoma.
That was Cathedral of the Prairies. I guess it fell on the bell tower.
Nice. All right, next. This is some of the drive that you have up there. I think this was going to the lake one day that we had. You can go to the next one. This is coming back. Is that right? That's you and me. So that is, what was the name of that?
Ranger Lake.
It's called Ranger Lake. We came back and we stopped at Ranger Lake. We're trying to find a moose. We did not find one. Anyways, you can go to the next one. There's a lot of aspens, and it's really awesome to see all the aspens and stuff. Go to the next one. Next one. I thought that was interesting. Beautiful views. Everywhere you go, you're just surrounded by mountains. Brother Jamie loves that part of it. So next one. Keep going. However you say that. Was it Poudre Canyon. All right, keep going. Can you believe this thing actually works? It's really a payphone. For you kids that don't understand what a payphone is, it's not like a cell phone. Look, their parents are explaining what a payphone is. I love it. You can actually go put a quarter in that and call somebody. Was it a quarter? I think it was still a quarter. And you look at the phone book underneath it. Isn't that crazy? Bring back memories right now. All right, next. This was just some gorgeous area going to Fort Collins. Keep going. Pretty much the rest of it is just some pictures we took along the way. You can go to the next one. Just glassy water. You can literally walk around that whole thing. You can go to the next. Yeah. We stopped at Buc-ee's, just so you know. Shasta got Buc-ee's. All right. You can go to the next one. The monkey. All right, that closes out the video and all the stuff. Thank you so much for helping us out. I'm going to have the guys come up and talk and just share their heart about what the Lord did with them on the mission trip and maybe some things that they did. They'd probably explain a lot better than I can. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whoever wants to come first, let's go. All right.
Well, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to let me go. I think I needed that as much as Jamie needed us out there. I got to spend some time, basically 48 hours stuck in a vehicle with two guys twice. And, that was, in all seriousness, that was probably some of the best fellowshipping I've had in a while. I mean, we talked about everything. I watched a young lady transform into Paige on the way from here to there, we can no longer call her Toby. If she's listening, her name is now Paige. Learn that. So, but, you know, being out there with Jamie, we could have, I mean, I'm glad we did what we did, but he needed us there more, I think, spiritually, fellowship. You really think about it, and he was talking about that, it's Moab. Moab is that one church that's 5 hours for a Baptist church that thinks like he does, that they can get together and do stuff. That's a 5-hour drive just to find another Baptist church that believes what we believe and what they're teaching out there. Just spending that time with the guys, I think you can't. And I did learn, I will share this. Beth probably knows, Perry sleeps like an Eskimo, just so you know. Full sweatshirt, hoodie, the whole 9 yards, head covered. That's how he sleeps. Learned a lot of things. But the fellowship was good. I mean, and I will tell you this, thanks for the opportunity to allow me to go, because I think I really needed that, probably more than these 4 guys needed it. And I just appreciate the opportunity. Looking forward to going back. I made some promises to Dalen, so I got to go back.
I thank God for the opportunity to be able to go as well. That was my 4th trip out there, but I thank God to be able to go and serve and be able to fellowship with these guys that we got to go out there and learn. You know that you take our AP. That's his name now. He's AP. That's what I called him the entire time we was out there. So, hey, you got to call him AP. So I figured out real quick, if an alarm goes off, he tries to rip it off the hotel wall. I'm waking, that thing's going off, everything's going crazy out there, and I'm trying to wake up because Fred Flintstone, I'm snoring with this, man. I'm telling you, I had to put my AirPods in so I could sleep. Throw my AirPods in. So hey, so brother ain't wearing my CPAP. So I didn't hear you the other night. 15 minutes later, I got my AirPods in. But I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to adjust my eyes, and he's slapping the wall and trying to rip the alarm off the wall. Lord, help, what's going on? You never know what you're going to get into until you go over 1,400 miles with somebody else and spend the week with them. I'm very thankful, very humbled. We get so normal of coming to church like this, it becomes so routine, and like that we should be able to be excited about coming to church and doing the things for the Lord. And I'm guilty of that. Everybody in here is guilty of, oh man, we're going to church. But Wednesday night, I sat on the back row because I knew who was preaching. I was trying to take me a nap. I was sitting on the back row, and there was a lady, and her 2 daughters were sitting beside me. They're sitting about three chairs down, and Nolan was fixing to get up and preach, and Jamie had introduced him to come up to the pulpit. And as he was coming up to the pulpit, I heard this lady sit there and tell her daughters, like they was fixing to get on a roller coaster ride, get your hands up, get ready. We get to worship Jesus. And that struck me right here. I said, Lord, forgive me. For some of them, they're so excited. Like I said, there's prime real estate out there. They're excited about it. They get to go to church. They get to serve. And I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all for allowing me to be able to go. I enjoyed it, hanging out with these guys. Like I say, you never know what you're gonna get when you hang out with them. I enjoyed the fellowship. You find out something, you're going to ask Mike Jones about going down there talking about the fire alarm. You got to ask him about that. I'm not going to say nothing about that. But I thank God for what He's done. I thank God for the work He's doing out there, and again for the opportunity to be able to go.
I want to thank the Lord, first of all, for saving me, giving me the opportunity to go out there. Deb and I went out last year, spent a week out there with him. That's before Jamie. He's got a job now, working part-time. It's where he hurt his foot. But we got to see some of the work that he was wanting done. And I thank the Lord we got to do a little bit of it. And I know in a first or second picture they had up there, you seen some unfinished wood around some places. That's a new sound system and sound room. I think Victory went out and helped them with, if I'm not mistaken. Vaughn and them helped put the sound system and all that stuff in. But I'm glad just like he said about Brother Jamie, we was out fishing, and Jamie told me, he said, boys, you don't know how much I needed this, just to get out and get away a little bit, because he has to do pretty much everything around that church himself. He's not a whole lot of help. I think there was one man in the service that night when we went. The rest of them was women. But y'all pray for him. I've asked him, and a matter of fact, asked Dalen and them. They said they've had probably around 50 come at sometimes. Most time it's 30 some. But just pray for them. They're building it up. I don't think it was that many there when me and Deb was there last year. But just pray for them and pray for him. Pray for his foot. He said it's going to take up to a year for it to heal the way it hit it. But just pray for them. And I look forward to going back. I mean, just getting away with him a little bit. And I'll share this. I messaged him the other night. And I told him, I said, Jamie, you don't know how honored we were for coming out there and y'all taking care of us. He told me, he says, you don't know what y'all have done for me. But y'all just pray for them. I know it's got to be lonely out there. He's used to us as his church family. And he's not seeing that many people. But just pray for them. They're getting ready to have a float in a parade. When's that supposed to be, Brother Nolan? You remember? July. Just pray for them that'll all work out. I know Jared, his deacon, and his wife, they help out a lot. Jared plays the piano, and everything. Cat plays piano, and Jared does the music and stuff. But just pray for them. But we had a good time with him, and I think they're going to do some painting, and they're wanting to put some floors down in there where we took all the cabinets out. They want, I guess they're going to put a floating floor in similar to what we put in the fellowship building. They're going to put that down when they get the money. Plus, their roof's leaking. Y'all really pray. I think he said that the roof was going to be about $40,000, and it's a tin roof, but it looked like he had overlapped one tin onto another. And he's working at this place now. He says he can get that in one full sheet. But y'all just remember them. It's running in where we took the pipes and stuff down in there. You can see where the water damage has already got on it. But y'all pray everything will work out for him out there. The little bit that we're sending him is pretty much keeping them afloat, but they need quite a bit more help. So y'all just pray it comes in somewhere somehow. But just remember them, and thank y'all again for sending us out there. And you got to watch this fella here. That alarm he was talking about went off. It went off in the whole hotel. It was a fire alarm. At 11 o'clock, I had my alarm set for 5 and thought it was my alarm. And the man in the hood got up too and scared me to death when he got up.
Go ye therefore and teach all nations. Why in the world would you go to Colorado? Well, that's covered in all nations. Why would you go? Well, if you're saved, born again, there's something inside of you that you just want to share. And Brother Jamie has landed out there, and when he left, I told him I'd come out and see him. And he said, good, there's a nursing home back there, and you can... He was talking of a permanent landing for me, too. And I have not ruled it out, but I had to talk to my wife about that, but I done talked to the Lord about it, and for my last orders was to be here, sit here, and whatever I get to do here, do it the best I can. And so that's what I've done, and thank you for the opportunity to send me out there to represent this church, to represent Christ. And I'd like to say I've done the greatest job of all, but no, after I cut that power cord, I was pretty sure I did not do it. That saw is a necessary tool for Brother Jamie. And anyhow, with some black tape and some wire nuts, like I do everything else, we got it back together. But a new one will be there as soon as I get his address. I'll send him a new one. But I know what it's like to pastor a church and being there by yourself, doing everything you can by yourself, and burnout generally happens about the second year, and he's pretty tired, and I saw it on his face a couple times he's came in, and I've been a praying for him, but sometimes you have to put legs on your prayers, and so the Lord allowed us this opportunity to go, and so to be a blessing to Brother Jamie, to that church, to make it to where he can preach the gospel a little easier. The job's still going to be hard, but Brother Jamie's a little tougher than what you think, so he's doing good. He and his wife and his children, being a pawpaw and all this stuff now, y'all really put a kink in his plans, but anyhow, his heart's tore up, wants to be here. He knows he's got to be there, and just, but we got to lift a little of his burden, fellowship, and to be an encouragement to their people. And they fed us, what was that, jambalaya? Okay, I wanted to call it gumbo, but anyhow, I eat some of that. I eat banana pudding and some chocolate, something or other that had stuff on it, and it was good. Boy, was it good. It was rich. I barely just did get that second helping down. But anyhow, I got to be around these guys to get to know my associate pastor, and I needed that, and I'm glad that he's approachable, and you can talk to him, and he's just one of us. We had more lash than we should. They found out stuff on me that crippled man does what he has to do to get some sleep. So, but anyhow, I appreciate you allowing me to go. I didn't preach, but we did get to witness to two people. And I know God, I wanted that. I wanted a safe trip there. I wanted to get to know our pastor better. I wanted to be a blessing to Brother Jamie. I wanted to fly the airplane, but, that's just, that'll maybe next time it'll get rough enough he'll need some help. But anyhow, on the plane, we talked to this lady, and she told us she's going to get some education and all this to be able to work with the youth, and that was great. About 2 hours later, she comes to and starts talking again. She asked for our testimony. Well, Brother Kenny gave his testimony and of his place. And then I give her my testimony and of my place. And then we asked for hers. And well, I don't know. I'm sure, I told her I was sure if the plane crashed, I'd be in heaven before the fire went out. And a lot of people don't have that assurance. So we got the good witness there, and tracked from the church, and hopefully she watches, and I've been praying for her. I don't remember her name. And then we went to a restaurant. The first time I got to go eat with my associate pastor and my deacon, and I was in high cotton. I thought I was something, so we pulled into a bar. Ease up now. Everywhere you go there, that's what they got. Food. We eat food, okay? And we we got to witness, well, let's just put it this way. Brother Nolan witnessed to a guy there. We was fixing to, was it before or after we put our order in? And we found out they didn't have sweet tea. So anyhow, he said, was it before or after? We hadn't had anything drank yet, but was it before? It don't matter. Anyhow, he looked at the waiter, and he said, "We're going to pray over our food before we eat." And said, "Is there anything we can pray for you about?" And this guy I thought was going to melt. God had started work on his heart. We didn't get to lead him to the Lord, but before we left, we prayed with him, and he hugged our necks. He didn't know us from nobody, but that's why we went there. Somehow or another, tell somebody about Jesus. It's amazing how people won't even walk out of their own house here in their own town and tell somebody about Jesus. What's wrong with that? Go ye. That's you. That's me. That isn't no special call. If you got a place where you got saved, you got something to tell. And this lost and a dying world needs the gospel. That's why Jamie's out there. That's why he preaches the gospel. That's why we give our testimony. And so you pray for those two people, and for Brother Jamie. And I thank you again for allowing me to go, to be a part of that. It's one thing to send a missionary, but it's another thing to go out and be a part and take a part of their ministry and help them. And thank you all for helping Brother Jamie. You give, and your money's not being squandered away. It's nothing. They have nothing fancy. They living pretty thin and trying to do something for God. So when you sit down and eat, when you go to bed, thank the Lord for them, for the missionaries, for our pastor, and for a vision they have to propagate the gospel to people where they can be saved. And I encourage you to take part. Pray, participate, and again, I just thank you.
Hey guys, will you take each row and pass out those flyers for me? I want to thank these men. It was just wonderful to be a part of it. I'm not going to try to follow up after the restaurant issue. I will say Brother Kenny picked it out, but anyways, I can clarify that with truth behind a pulpit. So I'm going to be passing out something. We've just been talking about praying, and as you guys are receiving, I want everybody to get one. I want the kids to get one too. So yeah, if they can read, I want them to have it. This is something my wife made for me a long time ago when I was at the beginning of pastoring. We had our missionaries, and I know one of them. Do y'all have enough? If not, Brother Gary can get some more. I think just when you guys just keep pushing out. Mike's got a bunch. So, it might be highlighted on the right-hand side when you're looking at it, because I personally highlighted mine, so I didn't have an original copy of it. This is what I don't really notice that there's a bunch missing. If you're at a church plant and you have two families that are sick, it looks like an empty auditorium. And I told Brother